folks, we'll go for a bit of a walk in a minute around the garden and just take some video of what's going on with my vegetables and that. Nothing serious. Yes, standing here from my little work shed. My garden's just a normal house block. There's some tomatoes on trellis there in pots and some ornamentals, succulents, a sweet potato hanger. Another work shed over there, and some garden beds in the distance. I'll go for a bit of a walk. I've got a dragon fruit in the tiniest pot, not in the ground, stretches for miles here, goes up, and I've got a fruit on it. And this will be the 4th fruit I've had in the last 12 months, so it's a red dragon fruit, getting a bit from them. The summer tomatoes, I live in the tropics and this is the first month of autumn or fall, and these are coming to an end. Still a few nice tomatoes on them. You have to bag them here in the tropics because of the bugs and that. Some nice big ones there. Most are petering out now. Just have a little hairy top, and the bare stems, they're in 12-inch pots or 300 millimeters. Nice one there. This is the late tomato, so it's only just getting excited now. The granny's throwing tomato. They're late setting their fruit, so they're just coming on now, little tiny ones. A few little ones in the bags. Over here I have my Cape gooseberry that's never done much, and a heap of orange sweet potatoes. They just set some 1 or 2 fruits in the pots at the bottom for you if you let them ramble on this string. Some strawberries. My friend gave me some runners, starting to take off. He gave me some basil cuttings. That's starting to work. This is my succulents, or my seed trays, or my growing trays where I cultivate the little leaves. And my desert rose farm. Young ones, medium ones. I like to play around with them and lift them up out of the pots and expose the roots at the bottom. Get some nice looking plants. Young tomato seedlings waiting to be planted out later today. And this is the finished product with my desert roses. I like to get some nice, have them in 12-inch or 300 millimeter pots. The nice big roots at the bottom. And then a prune top with multiple branches and multiple flower heads. It's a nice one there. Yeah, as I said, live in a tropical climate, and it's first month into autumn, fall. This is my seed house, a little cheap. This is my little greenhouse, little cheap setup that does the job perfectly. Tomato seedlings, cucumbers, zucchinis. Some cucumbers starting to poke their heads through there. And ornamental gardens with a bit of a mess. I intend to remove all the understory and just leave the plants growing on the trees, up on the trunks. to it. These are my 3 garden beds. Having trouble with this garden bed. The tomatoes are, although they get fruit on them, they get crook, get sick. Now and again one grows alright. Something in the soil, I must turn it over. So, but cucumbers growing there fine. And the cucumbers there with the coming on. Another nice tomato in there. But generally that must improve that soil, because these beds are fine. The tomatoes. The young one's growing well there. Another lot of 12-inch or 300mm pots with the strings trellis system. So that's the backyard. Let's head out to the front yard. Another little small area trellis system. Half planted out, and a lot of palm trees. I like palm trees. A lot of people don't like them. Nice look, but the result is lots of leaves. But I'm lucky, I have a industrial size mulching machine there that supplies me with plenty of mulch. Some young strawberries. A friend gave me the runners. Only put out a week or so ago, and my massive sweet potatoes, running cucumber vines, and several varieties of pumpkin. Had a nice rock melon off here recently, nice big fat one. We'll just take a look at what I'm using for my pot mix, my tomatoes and cucumbers. Some people might wonder. Yeah, it's a very, very loose mix, because as I said, I live in the tropics. We have a lot of rain, warmer weather. Probably a lot looser than most places. Bark and a lot of perlite. Slow release fertilizer pellets in there, if you can see them, the yellow ones. And a handful of cow manure and a handful of chook manure in each pot, and they seem to do okay. Probably my biggest problem, I have a drip system, adjustable, is overwatering. Over the years I try and get it right, but often I have the pots too wet. Just try and learn by my mistakes. The soil in the garden beds is similar to the pots. And in the planting holes there's a lot of perlite and pine bark to loosen up around the roots of the plant to keep it drained. A topping of mulch from the palm leaves, and the soil in there is mixture of cow manure and chicken manure and compost, all dug into the natural soil that was already here, a heavy clay. It seems to go all right as well. When at the end of the season, while I'm pulling the tomatoes up, there's some nice big thick roots that run everywhere, so they're doing all right. My tip, if you do have a heavy mulch in there, is to, like a lot of people, keep the mulch away from the stem of the plant, so you have a harder area, bare area around the stem, a little bit less root rot and stem rot. Although I do use a systemic fungicide, I use a soft fungicide that's phosphorus base. Not sure how they say it. I think it's phosphoric acid or something, but there's no withholding period, and it's pretty harmless to us, but goes into the leaves of the plants, taken into the plants, and lessens the stem rot that you get down here. I'll see if I can find one. Yeah, here's one, I think. Anyway. Hard to see. Stems goes thin at the bottom there, and the hairs are missing from the stem. That's a case of stem rot. The leaves end up a little bit stunted and curly. Doesn't happen to all of them, but it does happen. The golden nugget pumpkins growing in 12-inch 300mm pots here. There's a small pumpkin, one on each vine. Pumpkins are placed on this piece of old painted wood, stop them rotting on the bottom where they ripen. This year I'm pruning the plants to just to 2, as they leave the pot, just 2 stems. There's a few extra. I must catch up with the pruning and take these off. Just have your 2 stems going up, and although you get less fruit, they're a bigger and healthier fruit, and it lets a bit more air through the plants. Fertilizing I'm doing by watering can weekly. A half strength soluble solution, high potash solution, vegetable, tomato and vegetable recipe. And once a fortnight I'm spraying the leaves with a weak solution of calcium nitrate to stop the blossom end rot that sometimes occurs on the bottom of the fruit when the plant's not taking calcium up properly. That seems to knock that problem over though. It's a half strength mix sprayed on the leaves, it's taken in, and the plant gets plenty of calcium. So that, folks, is a bit of a catch up what's happening in the gardening in this early part of autumn or fall. Thanks for watching the video.